Have you ever felt like your prayers are just bouncing off the ceiling? Like you're speaking into the void and wondering if God is even listening? Well, let me tell you, you're not alone. But what if I told you that there's a way to transform your prayer life to make it powerful, fulfilling, and deeply connected to God? So stick around with me because by the end of this video, you're going to have all the tools that you need just to do that. Because I know how it feels when you're praying and you feel like nothing is answered, you feel frustrated, you feel like giving up. And then you also feel like God is just not listening to you. Trust me, I know exactly how that feels. I know how you wake up early in the morning and you pray, you go to bed, you praying, and you see nothing changing. You see nothing transforming. So I'm going to show you how. Welcome back to the channel where we dive into faith, growth, and living with purpose. My name is Zaria, and if you're new here, please don't forget to drop in the comment. Let me know where you're from and who you are, because I would love to touch bases with you. I post videos like this every week to help you live your best life. So if this video blesses you, don't forget to like, share, and leave me a comment because I would definitely love to hear from you and definitely love to hear your thoughts. Now let's go ahead and get started. And if you're still with me, don't forget to hit that like button, to subscribe to the channel, and also turn on your bell notification so you never miss a video. I'm sorry. Now I remember a time when prayer felt more like a chore to me than a conversation with God. I would pray for like 5 minutes and then run out of things to say. Or worse, I'll get distracted and forget why I even started. Right? Sound a little familiar to you? It felt like I was going through the motions, but deep down, I longed for something more. But then I met someone who changed everything. I like to call her Miss Grace. She was one of those people whose prayer seems to move mountains. When she prayed, it felt like heaven stopped to listen. So I asked her one day, "What was your secret?" And what she told me not only changed my prayer life, it changed my relationship with God. And I'm going to share it with you today. I'm going to share how you can step into your prayer life. Now, Miss Grace shared 3 steps for me. And they're very simple, but they're also life-changing. So I'm going to go ahead and break this down for you. Number 1, she always told me, before you ask for anything, you have to acknowledge who God is. And this right there definitely transformed my prayers. When you start by praising God for his greatness, you shift your focus from your problem to his power. And here's a tip that you could do. Use this psalm as a guide. For example, Psalm 100 says, "Enter his gate with thanksgiving and his courts with praise." Try spending the first few minutes of prayer simply thanking God for who he is and what he's done in your life. It will definitely set the tone for everything else. Number 2, Miss Grace also said that if you want to pray God's will, pray his word. So when you pray scripture, you're aligning your heart with God's promise. And for example, if you're feeling anxious, you could pray the scripture, "Don't be anxious about anything, but in anything by prayer and petition. With thanksgiving, present your requests to God." One thing that helped me was keeping a list of Bible verses for different situations, such as peace, provision, healing, and using them in my prayer. So like I have a notebook that has different prayers for different things. And whenever I'm feeling a certain way, I'll pull that notebook out. I'll give God his thanks, and I'll go ahead and start reading a scripture over my life. And number 3, she told me that prayer isn't just about talking, it's listening. And that was the game changer. So after you pray, take a moment to sit quietly and listen for God's voice. It may come as a thought, a scripture, or even a sense of peace. But here's the key. When God speaks, you got to act on it. Obedience is where the power is. When you step out in faith, you'll see God move in ways you never imagined. Now, let me tell you a quick story about how these 3 steps transformed my life. A few months after I started praying this way, I was in a tough financial situation. Instead of panicking, I prayed with worship. I declared God promises from his word, and I waited for his guidance. So that week, out of nowhere, An old friend called me and offered me a job that paid exactly what I needed it. It wasn't a coincidence, it was the power of prayer. And that's just one example of what happened when you commit to a powerful prayer life. So I hope that this video inspires you to take your prayer life to the next level. And you got to remember that prayer is not about perfection. It's about connection. It's about aligning your heart with God's and trusting Him to work in your life. So what you could do is grab your notebook and start putting your scripture for things that you're praying in your life. If you're praying for financial blessings, the Bible speaks a lot on financial blessings. If you're praying for peace, put some scriptures that aligns with that. You have to align your prayer life with what God said. And God is God. He cannot lie. He cannot fail you. He's not like man. Okay, so try these 3 steps and see if your prayer life don't change, because I know mine's did, and I know several other people that use this exact same 3 tips. It's very simple and it's very easy. So if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who just might need encouragement. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more faith-filled content. Let's grow together and live the life that God has called us to live. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will definitely see you in the next video. Until then, stay blessed and keep praying.